Senator, just switching gears quickly, if we have a sitting senator, we obviously need to talk about these things. So the latest move by the Speaker here, this is still not a vote to authorize an inquiry, and it's supposedly being done because all the Republicans are doing is arguing about process, and the Democrats want to focus on the substance of what this is all about. Will this do it for you and your colleagues in terms, is this a real vote on an impeachment inquiry like we saw with Bill Clinton and Richard Nixon and going all the way back? Is it?
Well, look, we'll have to see what the specific terms are that the House votes on. I'm glad they're voting. They needed to vote. They've been unwilling to vote so far. So being willing to vote is a step in the right direction. But fundamentally, what we're seeing going on in the House has all the trappings of a kangaroo court. The proceedings are still going on in secret. The minority is still denied the right to subpoena witnesses. That means cross-examination of the witnesses. The American people can't see what the actual evidence is. And instead, the way they're operating is the partisan Democrats are leaking out snippets of these secret testimony as it suits them politically. That's not fair. It's not right. It's not how the House handled the impeachment of Bill Clinton. It's not how the House handled the impeachment of Richard Nixon. Both of those proceedings had rules in place to protect due process, to ensure fairness. Today's Pelosi Democrats have made virtually no efforts to ensure due process or fairness. And the reason is they have a partisan objective in mind. You know, it reminds me of the book Alice in Wonderland. Verdict first, trial later. They want to impeach the president, and their behavior certainly indicates they don't particularly care about what the facts are that are a predicate for doing so. They've wanted to impeach him since November 2016 when the American people elected him.
In the current, this latest thing, it's not Russia. It's a totally different, obviously, subject that we're talking about here. Have you already rendered a verdict without knowing everything? Is there any way that you would ever come to a yes for conviction in the Senate, or have you already made your mind up with a verdict first that there's nothing could rise to the level of an impeachable offense? Are you there?
Listen, I think we should investigate what happened. I voted along with all 100 senators. We all voted to refer this matter to the Senate Intelligence Committee, a bipartisan committee, to investigate what happened. I think, sure, we should investigate what happened and be open to ascertaining the true facts. That is a very different thing than what the House is doing. You know, you look at the House a few months ago, 93 House Democrats voted to impeach the president simply because he criticized the so-called squad, these freshman House members who said so many outlandish things. And for 93 of them, that was enough to impeach the president, to remove a democratically elected president. I think at the end of the day, what's driving the circus that's going on in the House is a rage and hatred for the president rather than a fidelity to facts. The Senate, I hope and believe, will have a much greater fidelity to facts. And under the Constitution, the threshold to remove a sitting president committing high crimes and misdemeanors, as found by 2/3 of the Senate, that threshold is very high. And based on what's public right now, I think we're nowhere near close to that. There may be the partisan votes in the House to impeach, but based on what we know now, I think it is extraordinarily unlikely that the president would be removed. And that's the way it should be. That's the way the constitutional system is meant to operate.